Hey everyone, it's Marlakani here, also known as Java Little Professor. So in today's video, we're gonna be learning the Java Associative Property in Algebra. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so first of all, what is the associative property? So the associative property is used to group uh, um, values, numbers or variables, and in a certain way, so that we can calculate it first, and then we can calculate the other one, so to give the same result. So basically what it means, it's like changing the grouping, changing the group, like grouping, or it doesn't change the answer. So for example, in here, here is a plus b plus c. So as you can see, the a plus b is like all together inside. So a plus b and then plus c. So this is the first method of the grouping. So for example, if there's 5 plus 5 in here and then plus 5 again in here, so what we could do, instead of calculating all together, we could just do 5 plus 5, which would give us 10, and then plus c, it would plus 5, then it would give 15. So this method would give the 15 as the answer. So now let's try the second method, which is a plus b and c, which are grouped together. So what I mean by that, so 5 plus 5 plus 5, so which means 5 plus 10, which also gives 15. So as you can see, you guys kind of get the hang of it, right? So all right, so now let's actually try it with this problem in here. So 30 plus 10 plus 10. All right guys, so now let's do our calculation in here. All right, so 30. So let's try our first method, which was to group the first two, numbers to add with, and then add the other number, which was 10. So 30 plus 10 plus 10. So, so 30 plus 10 plus 10 is actually equals to 40 plus 10. So 40 plus 10 is 50, right? All right. Now let's try our second method, which was a plus b and c, which means that we have to group the 10 plus 10 rather than the 30 plus 10. So let's try it again. So 30, we're gonna do plus 10 plus 30 plus 10 plus 10. Yeah, 30 plus 10 plus 10, but it's gonna be inside of the parentheses, and then boom. So here we're gonna write 30 plus 20, because 10 plus 10 is obviously 20. So once we add it all together, and boom, it's gonna give us 50. So yeah, as you can see, you can try different methods of grouping each number, and no matter what, it's always gonna give you the same result as it gave me here, 50 and 50. All right, guys. Now let's proceed to our second associative property problem. So which is by the multiplication. So let me zoom in right now. So before we did of the addition, now let's do it with the multiplication. So multiplication is a times b times c is equals to a times b times c. So this is basically the same thing. So just like the addition, but this addition, but the symbol of math literally just changed. So yeah, so a times b. So for example, if we do yeah, so a times b times c. So yeah, so for example, let's just use this problem. Let's solve this problem. All right, guys. So to make it easy to understand, so 8 times 6 times 5. So so to the do the associative property in algebra for the multiplication. So in order to do that, we're gonna follow the same steps, which was a times b first. So both of those values or variables were grouped together, right? So our problem was 8 times 6 times 5. So first of all, we're gonna write 8 times 6. So both group together. All right, guys. So both group together, and then we're gonna write times 5. So which means that here we're gonna write times 5. Boom. So now this is basically equals to 48 times 5. So 48 times 5 is equals to 240. So let's just check it in our calculator. So 48 times 5, boom, it gave us 240. Now let's see if we try the other method and if it's gonna actually change the result or not. So if it doesn't, then it means that the multiplication is associative, and as well as the addition operator. So all right. So let's proceed back to our calculation. So 8 times 6 times 5. So yeah, 240. It gave us 240. Now let's try our second method, which was, let's check it again. So is equals to A times B times C. So this basically means that we're gonna just multiply the first, we're gonna multiply the last two numbers together and multiply it with 8 first. So what I mean by that is we do 8, yeah, 8 8 times 6 times 5. Alright, so let's just put it inside of parentheses or just group them together, all together. And boom. So 8 times 6 times 5. So let's do 6 times 5, which is 30. So if we do 8 times 30, so 8 times 30 is as also 240. So because 8 times 3 is 24, so I just added the zeros, which gave us 240. So let's make sure again with our calculator. So if we do 8 times 6 times 5, boom, it gave us the same result, 240 and 240, which means that the multiplication operator associative, is an associative, proper operator in algebra. And yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. So I hope you like this algebra tutorial. So if you understood and liked it and like this tutorial, so please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, have a nice day. Bye.